does this kind of thing, okay, it might be a little bit shady, but is it really illegal? I mean, are they providing, could they argue they're providing a service, they're getting these people the money, I guess they get a cut of it, I'm assuming. Is it really illegal?
Well, it's illegal to be a finder in the state of Ohio unless, of course, you are registered as a finder. I think it's also...
Are they registered?
This company is not a registered finder in the state of Ohio, so they are performing illegal activity. Also, as you can see, they've created a fake form. That's fraud. They have a fake property ID number. They've claimed that potentially the person could have $20,000, which if they don't even know what the person's ID number, how can they make that type of claim? They're using the name of the governor. They're using my name. They're using our Department of Commerce name. They're using the great seal of the state of Ohio on a fraudulent document. We don't take kindly to that.
Will the Attorney General's office then be looking into it? Are you going to pursue charges against this company?
Well, what we've asked this company to do is to cease and desist. If they refuse to abide by our wishes and our request, then we will take further action by seeking a recourse with the Attorney General or with the prosecutor's office.
Are there registered finders in the state who are charging people to do this?
There are. We at the department feel that this is unnecessary, but it is a legal activity by law. The point here is we do this for a living at the Department of Commerce through the division. We take pride in reuniting Ohioans with their money, and we do it for free, we do it efficiently, and we do it effectively. And we don't like folks trying to charge Ohioans unnecessarily for this service and creating further bureaucratic mess and potentially not doing it as effectively and efficiently and harming our good name and the hard work that we do and that we take great pride in.
So if this company got rid of the form and registered as a finder, then it could continue to charge people to look for unclaimed funds, and I mean, would you folks be standing up and saying they're scamming people if they did it that way?
If they did it appropriately, then yes, they'd be legally doing it. This one is not doing it legally or appropriately because they are saying that you have an unclaimed fund. They're giving you a property ID number that doesn't belong to you, and they're taking your money.
And tell us a little bit how it works. So what, they get a cut? Do they get a percentage? Is there a flat fee? What do you know?
You go onto their website. It says if you pay $39, $49 or $59 for different levels of membership, they will send you money, a claim form that will get you access to money that is rightfully yours.
Have people been able to get money out of that? But because the claim form is bogus, does that mean that they're not getting any money out of it?
They would be getting no money if this was the actual property ID that they used. By happenstance, because we do take great pride in what we do, when we saw these names, we looked to see if maybe possibly these individuals did have unclaimed funds, and by happenstance, one individual did because we were doing our job in reuniting Ohioans with their money. But that was just a coincidence. That was not something that had anything to do with this company. Or any connection to the $39, $49, $59 that the claimant actually paid to this company to do pretty much nothing.
Do you have any concept of how many Ohioans have paid for memberships with this website?
We do not know how many have paid for memberships. We've received a few of these bogus claim forms. The point here is to get this information out so it doesn't happen again.
And is this an Ohio-specific site, or do they offer unclaimed fund forms for other states?
This is not an Ohio-specific. They can be doing this across the country. So we really do not know the extent of their fraud.
Okay.
Do you know how many?
Any idea where they are? Where they're located?
I believe that
San Francisco.
they are a San Francisco company.
Do you know how many registered finders there are in the state?
Yeah, I might know that.
Yeah. We have 31 registered finders as of today.
So there are 31 registered companies that are out there charging people to search for unclaimed funds.
Yes.
Should that be allowed? I mean, should the state be allowing that to happen if this is really free? And
Well, at the division, we don't make policy. We do have opinions on this. I mean, it is important that we have them registered if they're doing this. That way we can keep track of folks that are out there. There are limitations as to what a person can charge. Is it necessary? We don't believe so because we do it for free. But the bottom line is if Ohioans don't know we're there, then they can be defrauded by folks or charged for something that they could otherwise get for free. Our goal here is to get as much information out and educate people as best we can so that this doesn't happen.
Is it just safe to say that the legitimate site will never end up on the right side and where the ads are? That your site will always be in the main section and not where the ads are?
I don't have an answer for that. I'm not a webmaster.
And how much is still available?
We have $1.5 billion available in the unclaimed funds, in the state of Ohio. It's a significant amount of money. We protect the integrity of that fund. We make sure that it goes to the rightful owners when we identify them. It is no small matter. $1.5 billion is a large sum of money.
Has there been any increase in that fund that would correlate to the number of claims you've paid out over the last year, that big increase from the year before? Or
We generally have received more money than we have handed out.
But has there been any big jump in the pot or is it just your outreach efforts that has increased the number of people getting money back?
It is the outreach efforts that we've been very aggressive through this administration in the last year and a half, doing press conferences such as this, going on radio. I've traveled the state. Yao and a large number of our employees have gone to local news stations and done call-ins and telephone. What do you call them? Phone banks, telephone phone banks, and we find that when we go to those areas of the state, there's a significant uptick in the amount of activity that we get. We also advertise in local newspapers. We have a website, and we're just doing our best to get the word out because, as I said before, education is really the key to making sure that these types of things happen and that we reunite Ohioans with their money.
How goes the goods, the trading cards, the coins, all those things you have? How goes it with trying to get those to their owners? Have you been able to successfully do that? Not the funds, but you have like trading cards, you have some jewelry.
We do receive, when a safety deposit box is dormant for a long period of time, we do receive a portion of that.
Been able to find recently in recent months, link people up with some of that?
I don't know about that.
Yes, as part of our outreach.
Go ahead. Oh, still.
As part of our outreach efforts, researchers check the names, and we have software application that we can track some of these owners to their current addresses, and then we send them claim forms, and we're paying some of those.
But how is it going? Have you been successfully able to do
Yes.
that recently?
Yes, we have.
The real focus of our attention of late is to try to find local school districts who have money. We want to get as much money as possible in the classroom, and we found that by using different types of search processes, we've been able to identify local school districts and notified them and been able to reunite those school districts with their money, I think to the tune of over $100,000 worth of claims. And we think that's important. The governor wants to make sure that we have more money for our kids, for their education, and this is a way.
How does that? Why would a school district have money with you folks? What would have happened?
There's a lot of different ways. I mean, it could be a booster club that has a different name or a name of the school mascot, and you've had teachers and parents transition in and out of the schools, so sometimes funds can be lost that way. There are any number of ways that a local school district, because they have so many different types of funds and a lot of different revenue sources, that money can get lost. And we just want to make sure that if that happens, we reunite those local school districts with their money. Make sure it's used towards education.
Do you know about how many districts that 100,000 is going to?
Yeah, I may have some specific.
I think we've so far paid about 18 school districts
And what was the time period is that just in the last year? Or?
since January that we expanded this outreach to schools instead.
It's always been available, but we're making those extra added efforts to see if we can identify them. And once again, it's our effort to try to make sure that more money goes towards education.